What's up, YouTube? This is Tien, bringing you guys an Atlas strategy update for Ultimatum League. Released my video about a week and a half ago now on what our plans were before the league started, and I wanted to give you guys an update on if we stayed true to that or not, how we've kind of made our currency in this league, and how we plan on making currency moving forward. So without further ado, let's just hop right into it. Let's start with Haywork Hamlet. Ended up staying pretty true to what I said before the league started. Essences are great, and so are the betrayal nodes here. I will say that, this kind of goes back to the whole, if everyone's zigging, you can be zagging kind of thing. Everyone chose essences, so it's kind of hard to bulk sell essences. It's kind of hard, in general, to not get value from essences. You put 2C in, you're almost guaranteed to get 2C out. These nodes are just great, but I would say most of the value comes from using the essences yourself. So if you're not a crafter, I wouldn't fault you for not taking these. It's just, it's super profitable to do it. I might end up speccing out of these and going back to our ritual strategy where we maybe spec out of these 6 nodes here and then pick back up harvest. I'll get into more about harvest crafting in the Lex Proxima region. But yeah, Haywork has just been a great region. We stayed true to our Watchstone strategy. We have all the imprisoned monsters, have a chance for an additional essence, and we triple favorited a toll map there. Thi3n's End. Okay, so we ended up doing the Lightless Legion and Buried Riches. These Abyss nodes were fantastic. Abyssal Scarabs were so cheap. They were like less than a chaos each, like half a chaos for Abyss Scarab. So every time I was in Thi3n's End in the beginning of the league, I would make sure I put in an Abyss Scarab. Nobody really likes doing Abyss, but when you get those depths, you're guaranteed an eye level 86 plus belt, and the Abyssal depths themselves, all the rare monsters in there, the hordes that you hit, lots of currency, a lot of item level 86 bases, hubris circlets, lion's pelts, things like that sold really easily. Was a great moneymaker early in the league. You can see I've spec'd out of that now, and I've since picked the Delirium stuff. But yeah, this region's been great. We ended up going with the additional invasion boss Watchstone, so every single map has 2 invasion bosses. The exotic goods, it can be anything as small as 11 to 12 silver coins, but then very often piles of 4 or 5 chaos, uncorrupted 6 links. Exotic goods, really strong node. I'm happy I went hard on the invasion bosses there. Still triple favorited Mesa. Mesas were great. I just bulk sold 22 of them, I think, for 2 exalts or something. So Mesa's really popular for Cyrus farmers in general, and we wouldn't be sad running them ourselves because Mesa's just a great map. Moving on to Lex Proxima here. So Lex Proxima, we ended up choosing harvest-related watchstones, like I said. Choosing the harvest-related nodes. Every time we get a harvest and it gives us a free craft on the map device, well, we don't want to use that on a 2C essence free craft. We're going to use that on the free harvest crafts over here in Lex Proxima. The breach nodes, I actually haven't dropped a full breach stone yet from any of the breaches I've done here. That being said, I haven't forced breaches onto the map using breach scarabs or anything like that. So, these maps, we triple favorited Park here. Generally, we run Lex Proxima whenever we want to craft some of those Abyssal Belts or maybe some Cluster Jewels or something like that. Harvest crafting is still quite good. You get a whole lot of the Chaos Orb reroll ones, and so this Legion has been great because, you get the additional harvest. I swear that this, the one that Unchosen Crop does not wilt, I swear that procs way more than 10%. I've been getting a lot of free plots and a lot of free harvests. You get the 6 sockets, or use 10 Jeweler's Orbs, use 10 fuses. I actually 6-linked a bow that way. So just really good value from harvest in general. I still think it's one of the strongest league mechanics in the game. On to Glen. So you might notice in Glen that we have not picked the Legion nodes. We did have those in the beginning of the league, but the new Vestir kind of surprised us, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But Glen, we ended up triple favoriting Tower map here, not because we want to run it a lot ourselves, but because we can sell it in bulk. Ended up keeping the strong boxes, ended up going with Alva, and then speccing into Scent of Blood. I might end up speccing into Tornvale and Per Diamond once I'm through with the strong box nodes, but I get this question a lot on stream, which is I don't want to farm red maps yet. I have a weaker character. what do you recommend for making currency? And what I recommend doing is doing tower map. And as long as you have these nodes here for tamper proof, tower map is a great tier 2 to run because you have a chance to high roll and get those nurse divination cards, but then you can also just get those strong boxes, which are just great value in general. So yeah, that's what we ended up doing. The watchstones we picked here are all fusing related, actually. So weird thing with fusing prices right now, but we have these currency chromiums, which orbs of fusing have a chance to drop as a full stack. We have 4 of these. I think it's something like, if I add up all my percents together, it's like 2% chance to get a fusing as a full stack. So 1 in every 50 fuses drops as a stack of 20. Fuses are actually quite valuable right now, so just weird there. So where do we run Legion? I said I wanted to do Legion. Well, it's in New Vestir. And the reason we chose this region is actually not for Legion. It's just kind of a byproduct of us wanting to do this region for Total Anarchy. So I said I was going to experiment with this node. This node is quite good. 20 Rogue Exiles, 10% of the time. And actually, this 15% for it to appear in pairs goes above that 20 limit. So you can get maps with like 29 Rogue Exiles plus, sometimes you get Rogue Exiles on your natural map rolls, or maybe you have like a prophecy or something like that. So all of those Rogue Exiles, I wasn't sure on the wording of what is a wild Rogue Exile, but every Rogue Exile seems to be a wild one, and they have a chance for those additional rewards. Combine that with these watchstones that we picked. We picked 4 watchstones that basically say every Rogue Exile will be possessed by a tormented spirit. And so I got this idea because Seance was actually nerfed from 20 to 5 in the Lex Proxima region. I was like, why are Tormented Spirits so strong? Kind of looked into it a little bit. Basically, Tormented Spirits are like a quant multiplier onto the base mob itself. So on top of the rewards, and remember, there's only 10% of the time these maps have it, but these Rogue Exiles just have a ton of loot on them. I'm talking like a lot of uniques, a lot of maps, a lot of raw currency. These possessed Rogue Exiles, they are kind of scary. Rogue Exiles, I used to just kind of blow through them and not really care about them, but with 100% more maximum life and being tormented spirited, Rogue Exiles can be kind of rippy. So New Vestir, a region where we kind of went hard on Rogue Exiles, and we're keeping it a 4 Watchstone region. In fact, all of our regions we kept 4 Watchstones in, and I'll get into what we do with those excess maps here in a little bit. But yeah, New Vestir, great region. We ended up going with the Legion stuff here, so every time we get a Legion Scarab, we put it into New Vestir. Emblematic's still great. I've gotten a lot of full emblems from it still. Yeah, I wanted to do high-value targets and the stuff over here, but with our discoveries in New Vestir, we decided to just go with Legion and Rogue Exiles there. And so, I mentioned in my previous Atlas strategy video that I wanted to take like 2 Watchstones out of the regions that we weren't going to run. But instead, what I found out is that Ultimatum is just giving us a ton of Horizon Orbs. So I have something like, I have like 70-something Horizon Orbs. And every time I get a map in a region I don't care about, so let's go for like Lexajoris, for example. Every time I get these drops in areas that I don't care about, what I can do is I can just Horizon them into other maps in regions that I do care about. So here it happens to be New Vestir. Here it's Haywark Hamlet. Lyra, I don't care about, so I would roll it again. And now I got Tyrann's End. So here are 3 regions that I do care about. We have so many Horizon Orbs that we can just do this over and over and over. And this allows us to maintain Awakener 9, which gives us all the static value that we want. I ended up getting all of my Atlas passives in the other regions. I will say that Diplomatic Escort is good. If you wanted to go hard on Valdo's Rest, I do recommend getting at least, you go 1 of the Auspicious and then 3 Laden Watchstones that are all Harbinger related. You can actually force Harbinger on the map device. You can force Harbingers using Scarabs. And then this basically says 30% chance to be replaced by a powerful Harbinger boss. Previously, it was just 1 huge pack. This actually can scale with the number of Harbingers that you put in. So a way to get additional value there. I'll talk a little bit about Tests of Loyalty and Betrayal in general. Betrayal Katarina level 4 is really strong, especially Ashling in Research, which gives you a free Veiled Mod Slam on any weapon that doesn't have a crafted mod already. And then there is Verici, who can give 1 to 6 white sockets now, and when he's in Research, that's very strong. And now Hillock gives 30 quality to weapons when he's in transportation, and then armors when he's in fortification. So those are some of the ones, I'm sure there's others that I'm missing there, but Katarina is still a very strong mechanic. We run Katarina and we fill up the Safe House Intelligence in Haywork, but if you wanted to go Test of Loyalty and still do Valdo's farming, I think there's some good synergy there. I haven't gotten too much into Blight. I'm kind of curious if people are Blight farming and how it's going. I know that there was some kind of bug in the beginning where like ROAs weren't dying, so you couldn't actually complete the blighted maps, which is just a shame for the people who did want to blight farm, but we weren't one of those people, so we weren't really affected by that bug. We ended up going with these nodes over here, but like I said, we don't even run maps in Lyra. Maybe when I burn through some of my Einhar missions, I'll do them in Lyra. Lexajoris, I want to mention kind of a weird strategy here, but what you could do is you could take out your 4 Watchstones in all of your other regions except for Lexajoris. What would that do? That would lower you all the way down to Awakener level 1, or 2, I guess, if you had Atlas Awakened. But what this would do is basically every map that dropped that was tier 14 or above has 5% chance to have a Delirium Orb applied. And so by building up your map equity for all of the maps that drop in between, all of those 0 Watchstone regions and then tier 14, I think, the highest map tier that can drop would then be 5. So you build equity for your 6 all the way up to 13. And basically when those 14s do drop, they will drop in Lexajoris because that's your only region that has it. And you can kind of free roll your Delirium maps that way. So you have a high chance of dropping maps that are in Lexajoris, and you have a high chance of dropping them with Delirium Orbs already applied. That kind of synergizes with the additional reward types if there is Delirium applied already. And Delirium Orbs are like 20 plus C, so it's just really good value if you want to just free roll Delirium maps in Lexajoris. I ended up picking up the Parandus nodes over here, but like I said, we don't really run maps over here in Lexajoris. We just end up Horizon Orbing them out. I will keep my Burial Chambers because those sell well in bulk, and it's just a good region over there. I might even end up triple favoriting them over there. But let's go to the middle region. So I haven't done my Feared Invitation yet, and I should have Remnants of the Past. I actually had this in the beginning, but then now once I have all my Watchstones, I picked up Secrets of the Stone. I should probably take out Close Allies for Remnants of the Past. But anyways, once I do my Feared Invitation, this is kind of how we had it set up. I progressed it just in the way I said, where we did Adept Tracker first, Atlas Awakened second. I think I went Remnants of the Past, and then kind of just went in this direction, the counterclockwise direction. More recently, just taking out Remnants of the Past for Secrets of the Stone. But once I do my Feared, I'll kind of get back into Remnants of the Past there. All right, that's it for our Atlas strategy update. If I missed anything, if you have any questions, feel free to stop by on stream or leave them in the comments below. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.